morning, everybody. Let's hope that camera doesn't fall down. Fell down last time. It always seems to do stuff like that. So welcome back to my channel. I do have some updates. The first one, the main one, is we have a roof now. So yay! It was weird because it seemed like there was a stall in the construction. I would ask Joy, how's it going? Send me some videos. She goes, oh, all of the workers are off picking rice. So you get some construction. I mean, that just is weird, right? Construction workers are all off picking rice. Well, I thought you were building my house. So they were off like 3 or 4 days for the rice harvest. And then they got back and they started, working on the I guess they're the main beams, the ceiling roof structure, the trusses, and whatnot. And it went good. They're making progress. The builder sent me some drone shots, and I'll show you the drone shots just to see where they stand with the roof. And then they stopped working again for a while, for a couple of days, and they were waiting for something. So there was like nothing to do. So it just was weird because we're supposed to have this done. I mean, the schedule is to have the house move in ready by the end of January to like the first week of February. And so that's all my work, my budget, getting the dogs' stuff all taken care of because they've got to get all their vaccinations. I got to do the import permit, and then I've got to do the USDA health certificate. I've already got the crates all prepped. I've got all of their pictures done, their little dog passports. I just need that actual documentation. But like for the import permit, I can't file the import permit until they get their microchips and until I get my flight info. I can't get my visa without the flight info, and I can't get the 10-day cert, USDA cert, until I have my flight booked. So, everything's on a tight schedule here, and of course I'm coordinating that with my realtor, trying to get this house sold. It's been on the market now for 2 weeks, and I've had 2 people come by and view. And I know it's the holiday season. Christmas is next week. Nobody's looking for a house over Christmas. And then Joy had called and said they're not going to be done building the house until the very end of February, maybe not even until March. So, okay, does that mean the final payment isn't until March? Right? Give you more time to get that last chunk of change. So I want to show you some video footage that Joy had sent. It does show, progress that they're made on the roof. And I'll have to tell you, I mean, it looks good just with the walls up. I'm like so glad that the walls are done.
งามคักสวยงามมาก แค่เฮ็ดโค้งน่ะก็ยังงามแล้วเนาะ แค่ทำโค้งก็สวยแล้ว beautiful งามเลยเด้นี่เอาคือว่ายังสั้นวะนี่
Footprint of the house is now more than just a footprint, so it's easier to kind of gauge, proportions from room to room to room, and that's real exciting. But it's funny because it's like you'll see here, or maybe it was the last video, when I shot, when the walls were up, you could actually see how much space we're working with, and it's a lot of space. So it's a much bigger house. So now, because it's a bigger house, it's going to take longer, cost more, and things like now we're going to need another air conditioning unit. We were just going to get by with 2, so now we think we're going to have to do 3. I still have the issue with the 2 walls that I want not to be walls. But Joy said she talked to the builder, says no problem. They could, you know, I guess cut windows and doors. So it's weird because you can see the two different kinds of brick that they use here. So that red brick is what they put for the bathroom walls, because I guess they're better suited for the moisture. That's why you see the red brick. Wherever you see the red brick wall, it's a bathroom. That white brick is not for bathrooms. More conducive for just the regular walls, I guess. But and I've watched videos on other home builders, you know, in Thailand. They're doing the same thing. Is that it's real easy to cut. It's like a cinder block, but it's just easier to cut through. But it helps keep the house cooler than, I guess, the old-timey brick that they use, or the other brick, because we had two different choices of the cheaper old-timey brick or the more expensive, you know, cutting-edge high-tech brick. So we went with this high-tech brick. Anyway, so here you can see some of the shots from the home builder with his drone and the roof. So the trusses or the arch structure of the roof, all of that stuff is done just with steel, and they put these big girders up, and then they weld everything together. So everything's welded in place. And it was funny because when they had done it initially and started to lay the roof on top of that framework, the structure, Joy says, "Oh, it's too low, it's too low." So she talked to the builder, and the builder says, "Oh, that's no problem. We could shore it up." That's not the right word, but they can raise the center to make the slope a little steeper. So actually these pictures here, I don't know if that's before or after they did that, but I don't know. I think it looks fine and it looks good. You can't really tell the proportion or the depth of field, I guess. You can't really see how steep, but that drops off quite a bit all around. So on these aerial shots, you see that loose dirt, the little outline of the house. It drops off quite a bit. So it's great. I mean, I like it because when you're driving on the main highway, you like, if it's at night, you won't even know there's a house up there because it's up on this cliff, this little hillside. In the daytime, of course, you'll see it, but you'll only see like the top half and the roof. Joy's a little worried that the house is going to slide down the hill, because everything there, I mean, it's flat. It's just like Texas there. And so they build everything at street level, so she's worried about being up. There are just no hills in most of Thailand, but where she's at, the northeast part in Nong Khai province, it's pretty hilly. But nobody builds up on the hills. The hills are just wild jungle. Everybody's down flat, you know, on the street level. So it's different. But yeah, I sent her some pictures just of my neighborhood, you know, how the hills are just like hanging on to the edge of a cliff. But, and there again, it's the front. Let's do it over here. See, she's walking around. So, I mean, there's still, you can tell here, there's still quite a bit of space. There's about 12 feet at this part of the house before the cliff. And then this corner back here where the guest bedroom is, where she's walking around, you'll see that's probably about maybe 5 feet before the edge of the cliff. But that's her grandson, Kaifu, there with the binoculars, sitting on the back porch. So the back porch, actually right in front of him right there, that's for a future plunge pool. If we ever recover from the financial costs of this house, you know, if I ever get enough together for just a little plunge pool, that's where that's going to go. But it's cool, you know, the back, because you got this big doorway, sliding glass doors that go out the back, and then the little porch area. It's just like my house here, And I told the realtor that. I said, yeah, the best thing about this house is I could go out to the front porch, have a cup of coffee and read a book out in the front. And then when it gets too hot, I just go out to the back deck. And it's nice and cool and just do the flip flop depending on temperature and time of day. So it's the same with this house. I wanted to be able to use the front porch area and the back porch area equally. And it looks like we're going to be able to. But I'm excited. Overall, it's good. Just still a lot of work to do here, mostly getting the dogs all ready. But since I have more time to do that, I'm going to relax and breathe a little bit. But it's all good, you guys. So, all right, that's my update for today. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, talk later.